Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this assignment, we will figure out the sources of funds from the chosen bank, which is RHB Bank. RHB Bank is a multinational financing institution in Malaysia. RHB Bank provides both conventional and Islamic products for the customer. We will distinguish the sources of funds between the both products to enhance more knowledge about how the bank operates. Sources of funds is origin fund from particular parties or others monetary value which are the subject of transaction between the financial institution with the customer. In simple words, it is the money that acts as a fund for the account. For example, parents' money are the fund for the children's saving account under their name. The two main sources of funds in Islamic banking is deposit funds and investment funds. The deposit funds are responsible on savings and the guaranteed repayment of the money deposit. The investment funds is the funds that invest without any guaranteed profit or return. Both are very important for the banks to operate on the funds given and gain trust from the customer. We choose to elaborate more on the deposit funds, which is the current deposit account. Generally, the difference between the conventional and Islamic banking is the Islamic contract. The current account in Islamic banking working on the principle of wadiyah, where the conventional is not the same. We will working on this differentiation from various standards and guidelines such as the procedure of the product, requirement on the operation, and also the modes operation. We have 6 members in this research assignment and we are giving the task well for the better understanding and outcome. We also using the valid information in this paperwork, which is from the official website of RHB Bank itself to help in ensuring the correct information and also referring to the lecture on this course in order to avoid mistake.
RHB Bank Berhad was established as a public limited company in Malaysia on 24 August 1994 under the name DCB Holdings Berhad. It was given its current name on June 1, 1997. RHB Capital was listed on the main market of Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad, replacing DCB Bank Berhad, now known as RHB Bank Berhad. The RHB Banking Company, now Malaysia's number 4 biggest fully integrated financial service group, offer financial goods and service through its primary subsidiaries. Next, RHB Islamic Bank Berhad, which is began as Islamic banking window business on 2005, is the first full-fledged Malaysian Islamic bank. It is the main engine of the RHB Banking Company's Shariah business, which is the country's number 4 biggest banking group by asset. Their activities are focused on providing corporate customer with comprehensive array of finance, deposit, investment, and cash management options. With a double-digit compound annual growth rate, the bank is the one of Malaysia's fastest-growing Islamic financial organization. RHB Banking Group is a multinational regional financial service provider that committed to delivering complete solutions to customers through different segments, offering an ecosystem that supports simple, fast, and seamless customer experience underpinned by a cohesive and inspired workforce and relationship with the stakeholders. Ranked among the top banks in Malaysia and the significant presence in ASEAN, RHB has strong market leadership in Malaysia across target product and segment. With more than 14,000 employees group-wide, RHB presence spans 9 countries in ASEAN regions. RHB Banking Group is full integrated financial service group in Malaysia.
Next, I will continue with the setup conventional bank. So the purpose is to collect the deposit and give loan for the customers. Next, defining and shaping RHB corporate culture and brand value. Manage the group to achieve the set goals and maximize the return on capital invested. Boosting revenues from the 3 key segments, which are the affluent and the wealth space, the SME segment, and also the large and the mid-cap companies. Invest in the technology and digital and repurposing branch network. And lastly, transform the organization into a model of success that prioritize customers. And for the system, the bank is applying the principle of fair treatment to financial consumer, which includes SME, RHB, SME. RHB has revised the term and condition to ease SME understanding by using simple terminologies and adopting disclosure transparency. The banking facility shall be used for the purpose as setting out, and if you require to use the banking facility or any part of the banking facility for any purpose, you need to obtain the bank's prior written consent, which may or may not be granted at the bank's discretion, and if granted, may be subject to such conditions as the bank may impose by giving 21 calendar days prior written notice with reason to the customers. And for the document, Financial Services Act 2013 FSA is the key statute governing the conventional finance industry. It replaced the Banking and Financial Services Act 1989, the Insurance Act 1996, the Payment System Act 230, and the Exchange Control Act 1953. And for the processes, the key difference refer to the structure and the way the conventional banks' products are designed and launched. They are demand competitor product, and the same structure was copied. Then, the main documents, which are the loan agreement and deposit application, were submitted to the senior management and also the BNF. From that, they launch and review the product. And the strategy is update on the development of the currency market, money market, and also the economic news. The strategy alert are commentaries on forex, money market activities, and strategy product pricing, which include rates. It also includes the forex market summary, including rates and the economic indicators for forecast for the week. The monthly report by the Treasury Alert will have a summary of forex markets, economic updates, and also major economics, and also the interest rate recap or outlook. And the last one is accounting. The financial statement of the group and the bank have been prepared in accordance with Malaysian Financial Reporting Statement (MFRS), International Financial Reporting Standard (IFRS), and the requirement of the Companies Act 2016 in Malaysia. The financial statement have been prepared under the Historical Cost Convention as modified by the revaluation of the financial asset of FVOCI, financial assets and financial liabilities, including the derivative financial instrument at fair value through profit or loss. For the setting up Islamic Bank, the banking structure is the foreign exchange contract for the exchange of the currencies at a rate, prevailing spot rate of currency pair against its set of exchange rate instead single fixed rate, provides protection against advanced exchange rate, and also retaining some upside potential to capitalize on favorable currency fluctuation. For the system, building up the strong foundation of a well-developed comprehensive Islamic financial system and strengthening its international interlinkage and thus its global integration has enhanced Malaysia's potential to be an international center for Islamic finance. Our first Islamic bank, established in 1983, marked the beginning of the Islamic banking and finance chapter for the country. The opening of Islamic banking windows by financial institutions in 1993 paved the way for more effective and efficient distribution channel for Islamic banking services to achieve the critical mass on a nationwide scale. For the document, transaction with tenure of 1 year or more, Islamic Derivative Master Agreement (IDMA) for the credit support is Annex I or the 2017 credit support did for the cash collateral VM. Next, risk disclosure statement. It is for the entering Islamic over the country derivative transaction. For less than 1 year, Bank Standard Islamic Foreign Exchange Standard, terms and conditions, and clients board resolution. For the processes, the key difference refer to the structure are the way the conventional bank's products are designed and launched. There are market demand, competitive product, and the same structure was copied. Then, the main document, which are the loan agreement and deposit application, were submitted to the senior management and also the PNM. From that, they launch and review the products. This is the same with the conventional banks. Next, the Islamic Treasury operates Islamic money market deposit investment account product to be used by its client based on Sharia approved concept to meet its client needs and application. It also invests in higher yield with Islamic money market instrument and also have wide range of over-the-counter OTC foreign currency products to meet international trade and personal needs. It also manage and grow well with Islamic derivative and structured product. The last one is the accounting. The financial statement of the group and the bank have been prepared in accordance with Malaysian Financial Reporting Standard (MFRS), International Financial Reporting Standard (IFRS), and the requirement of the Companies Act 2016 in Malaysia. The financial statement have been prepared under the Historical Cost Convention as modified by the revaluation of financial asset of
Next is background of chosen product, which is current account. A current account is one that permits you to make deposits and withdrawals. You may pay for your vehicle loan installment and make online purchases, debit card purchases, fund transfer, interbank giros, and a common payments such as phone bills and a credit card bills. Although a saving account may perform these duties, a current account can go one step further by offering check payments and bank overdraft services. Any withdrawals from your account can be made either with an ATM card, debit card, and even the aforementioned check. The checkbook has long been a popular financial instrument since it provides security and is convenient to carry. The most essential feature is that the check may only be cashed by the person to whom it is signed with an authorized signature. You can apply for a bank overdraft if you require emergency funds or just need to leverage your income. Subject to a credit check, the amount you can borrow will vary from 250 to 250,000. Furthermore, some banks may ask you to put up some form of collateral such as a fixed deposit to secure your loans. Maybank, for example, will need at least RM10,000 in security before granting you an overdraft. The borrowed funds will be subject to interest charge just like any other loans. For the product features, there is difference between RHB debit card and RHB debit card I, which is for Islamic. Firstly, for RHB debit card, RHB Bank's product features include can use for overseas or card does not present such as online or e-commerce, requiring mail order and telephone order in transaction, but the user must first opt in for this transaction. All debit cards are automatically blocked for any overseas or card not present transaction unless customer has opted in for this. For the function of contactless feature, it allows customer to make contactless payment by simply tapping customer debit card at the point of sale terminal to pay for items up to RM250. For payment above 250, a PIN will be required. RHB Bank become very convenient because of their payment
for goods or services worldwide at various merchant outlets, and 0.5% cashback on any overseas retail spending. For RHB debit card, RM12 annual fee and RHB Visa Justice debit card. Cashback will be credited into the designated current or savings account on monthly basis. It can also continue to enjoy the prevailing interest rate on the savings account or any interest-bearing account and manage or keep track of customer account and transaction via RHB Now. According RHB Bank Debit Card I product features can be used to withdraw cash via any ATM worldwide and can be used to make purchase at retail outlets, restaurant and petrol station and at any Visa or MasterCard accepted merchants. When the card is used, funds are automatically deducted from customers' current or saving account that is linked to the card. RHB Debit Card I become convenient to pay for goods or services worldwide at 29 million merchant outlets that carry the Visa or MasterCard logo. Cash withdrawal transaction from ATM subject to availability of funds in the designated current account I or saving account I, where customers can set a limit to their daily withdrawal. The RHB Islamic My Cash or debit card, which is Visa or MasterCard card holder, will enjoy 0.5% cashback on any spending except debit purchases, and the cashback will be credited into the designated current account I or saving account I on a monthly basis. It also continues to enjoy the prevailing profit rate on the savings account I or any profit-bearing account.
This application for RHB debit card customer. Customer of RHB Bank of the age of 18 years and above who are holding an account are eligible to apply for the RHB debit card. In the case of a joint account, only holders of the joint account with the instruction of either to sign can apply for the card. Customer of RHB Bank of the age of 12 years and above who are holding an account are eligible to apply for the RHB credit debit cards, RHB Visa Justice debit card. In the case of a joint account for individual 18 years and above, only holder of joint account with the instruction of either to sign can apply for the cards. An applicant for RHB debit card or RHB Visa Justice debit card age 18 years and above must complete the provided application form and submit it to RHB Bank or its appointed nominees or appointed agents together with a photocopy of his or her identification card, account passbook or statement with account number and all other supporting documentation and payment as specified therein. An applicant of the age of 12 years to 17 years must complete the provided application form, and the indemnity clause stated in the provided application form is mandatory to be signed by the parents or legal guardian of the applicant and submit it to RHB Bank or its appointed nominees or appointed agent together with a photocopy of his or her identification cards and parent legal guardian identification cards, account passbook or statement with account number and all other supporting documentation and payment as issued for RHB debit card I or Islamic. Customer of RHB Islamic Bank of the age of 18 years and above who are holding an account are eligible to apply for the RHB debit card I or RHB Visa Justice debit card I. In the case of joint account, only holder of joint account with the instruction of either to sign or apply for the cards. Customer of RHB Islamic Bank of the age of 12 years and above who are holding an account are eligible to apply for the RHB debit card I or RHB Visa Justicely debit card I in the case of joint account for individual 18 years and above. Only holder of the joint account with the instruction of either to sign can apply for the card. An applicant for the RHB debit card I, RHB Visa Justicely debit card I age 18 and above must complete the provided application form and submit it to RHB Islamic Bank or its appointed nominees or appointed agents together with a photocopy of his or her identification cards. Account, passbook or statement with account number and all other supporting documentation and payment as specified therein. An applicant of the age of 12 years to 18 years must complete the provided application form wherein the indemnity clause is mandatory to be signed by the parent or legal guardian and submit it to RHB Islamic Bank or its appointed nominees or appointed agents together with a photocopy of his or her identification cards and parent legal guardian identification cards. Account, passbook or statement with account number and all other supporting documentation and payment as specified between RHB Bank and RHB Islamic Bank. RHB Bank is no Sharia compliance. For RHB Islamic, a current account based of community murabahah via the tawarruk arrangement refer to the trading of commodity which as asset in a transaction. Based on Sharia contract of card, card is a contract where lender deposit their money to the borrower, where the bank bonds to repay the same amount back to the lender. Checkbook facility prepared and customer can issue any check at their convenience. A non-passbook current account, customer can choose to link their current card account to checkbook it for easy payment. Earn interest in the account balance every month. Open donation to the listed charity bodies by the bank with the percentage of profit and high interest rate will be credited as the amount deposit increase and have bonus interest. Interest based on the bond money deposit. Can get complimentary visit within a month. No complimentary visit. For the similarities, RHB Bank and RHB Islamic Bank is go cashless and enjoy the RHB mobile banking app everywhere in the order to managing the finance, paying bill or transfer fund. Receive a complimentary e-statement monthly. Get a relationship manager who will handle all customer needs with the premier current account.
The requirement under this part complement the broad governance and oversight expectation specified under the relevant policy document on governance issued by the bank. While the broad governance and oversight principles are applicable to court, and IFI must observe specific requirements on governance arrangement as outlined in this policy document to address distinct risks associated with court, and IFI must have sufficient understanding of its risk profile and ensure the availability of personnel with the appropriate knowledge and skills to offer court. The Sharia community has the responsibility to advise an IFI in ensuring its business and activities involving court transaction comply with Sharia. As such, the Sharia committee must endorse the application of Sharia requirement in the relevant policies and procedure governing the court. In Malaysia, this legal capacity is subject to the Contract Act 1950 and Age of Majority Act 1971. Any party to the court contract may enter into the contract through an agent. The court contract must be entered through an offer and acceptance between the contracting parties. The offer and acceptance may be expressed orally, in writing, or by any other method recognized by Sharia. Terms and conditions of the court contract that have been mutually agreed upon between the contracting parties and are consistent with Sharia shall be binding on the contracting parties. The subject matter in a court contract shall be fungible, deliverable, and recognized by Sharia. The borrower has the obligation to repay the subject matter in a court contract to the lender at all times and in all circumstances. Legal document. Court contract shall consist of the following components. For example, contracting parties comprising lender and borrower, and acceptance, which is ijab and qabul, and money. The contracting parties in a court contract shall be a lender and a borrower. The lender must be the owner to the money to be lent to the borrower under the court contract. The contracting parties shall be a natural person or a legal entity that must have the legal capacity to enter into the court contract. Legal capacity of a person from Sharia perspective is defined as the capacity to assume rights and responsibility and capacity to give legal effect to his action. Among the important conditions are that the person must possess sound mind and the capacity to distinguish between what is harmful or beneficial to one's interest. Legal capacity of a legal entity is defined as eligibility of an entity to acquire right and assume responsibility.
For recommendations, in our opinion, we decided and recommended for people to choose current deposit in Islamic bank for a variety of reasons. The first reason that we recommend Islamic bank for RHB bank is they have a fully Sharia compliant banking experience based on principle of court, so we don't need to fill up to max current deposit for Islamic bank. Next, we also gain higher return in Islamic banking, which is the profit rate is 0.5% to 3.0% with minimum amount 1,000 ringgit. Islamic bank also based on card contract, which means on demand the bank must return the money to the depositor. Moreover, Islamic bank also not being invest in activities that are against Sharia principle. Meanwhile, the conventional bank invest to the activity regardless of Sharia prohibition. So, we suggest to choose current deposit Islamic bank because it looks more benefits than conventional bank. In conclusion, there are few things different between current deposit for conventional bank and Islamic bank. So, based on the comparison between both of conventional and Islamic bank, we found that Islamic bank is more fair and mostly people will choose Islamic bank to max current deposit because it is more guaranteed compared to conventional bank. Based on our research, we found that the Islamic bank also will give the money to the depositor based on their demand. This Islamic bank also based on Islamic, which is Sharia laws and element prohibited by Islam are not allowed. Islamic bank profit are also based on exchange of goods and services is the basis to earn profit. Besides, based on this assignment, we are getting many new information about this product, which is current deposit in Islamic and conventional bank. So basically, we know that Islamic banking are covered under two categories, which is the first, Gara and Riba. We know the difference between both product, which have 4 different that we get from our learning. Moreover, we also can use this knowledge in the future, and it will make a phase become easier because we have learned it.